Huge lines of code, sometimes the bugs, the highs and the lows, the very fabric of tech driven existence. Welcome to our podcast series, Figure It Out. In today's episode, we are here with Bharat to discuss about the life of coding. Hi Bharat, how has the life of a coder evolved over a period of time?
Good morning, Veena. The life of coder has advanced in a lot of ways over last few decades. Probably let me break it down into few topics. Let's say from a tech upgrade standpoint, coders have switched from a simple text screen editors to a lot more fancy tools called integrated development environments, IDEs, which would help them not only write code but also fix problems, work with many more programming languages. This has made the learning of coder much easier. They moved on from using a tough basic programming languages like ALP to very high level languages like Python and Java, and even to low code platforms like ZeroCode, where you barely need to write any code at all. And now coders have access to powerful computers, cloud services like AWS, Google, Azure, which makes their work faster and better. And there are new ways of working now. Coders can now work from anywhere, not just in office. This is a great flexibility that is offered in the last few years. Not only the place, but also the methodologies that they've adopted, like Agile and Scrum, which has increased their overall adoption in terms of building the software. More than just coding, now the coders are required to understand how to design systems, how to keep them safe, how to make the whole user experience simple, how to communicate with all the systems as such. And they're also getting more and more specialized in certain areas, and which is enabling them to learn a lot of new things to stay ahead in their jobs. The whole economic and social circumstances are also has an impact on the coders as such. The future of jobs are going to be really different than what we see now. There's a big rise in gig workers, freelancers, part-time workers. Companies are now focusing more on paying for the work done rather than how long someone works. Knowing how to code is becoming super valuable. Even in jobs, they are not about technology. Being able to make apps gives people a big advantage in growing their careers no matter what they've studied. So that's an exciting and ever-changing world for coders. It's growing, moving faster, and it is getting more and more exciting. Thank you.
So it's quite exciting to know, irrespective of the background and their tech knowledge, anybody can code. So I've been hearing about the citizen developers. Who are these citizen developers?
So think of citizen developers are like do-it-yourself builders in the tech world. They use simple tools like low-code, no-code platforms to make apps and solutions. These are people usually have other jobs and they're not trained as tech experts. As per some of the industry reports, 60% of all custom apps are now built outside traditional IT departments, often by citizen developers. What do? They solve problems quickly by making their own apps instead of creating complex worksheets, Excels. They for tracking simple sales performance reports. They are trying to help their main tech teams solve much bigger problems, much complex problems, rather than focusing on smaller projects. Companies find that solutions developed by citizen developer can often be done 6 times faster than traditional methods. But saying that, there are definitely few challenges. Not everything built by them addresses multiple scenarios that are required to be done for a large project. Sometimes, as these citizen developers are not full-time tech developers, they might make mistakes in terms of keeping the data not so safe, not following the guidelines that the organization policy has. So taking help of platforms like ZeroCode would address a larger issues in terms of scalability, security, user experience. So Citizen developers are like everyday horses in the companies using cool tools to make useful apps and help everyone work better.
Okay, so I have seen a lot of predictions by the survey firms that shortly low code, no code would rule the market. So, what changes would this bring to an enterprise? Is there adaptability? What do you think about it?
For me, low code is trying to create a fair playing ground for every market player, big or small, can compete equally regardless of the resources that they can invest into. Some of the cool things that you can actually do with low code platforms, like you can make apps faster. Low code lets you build apps really quick, like creating a project in days instead of months. It drastically reduces time from idea to innovation to implementation, at least by 10 times. Now companies can spend less on tech stuff, which means that they have more money to do different kinds of R&Ds, different kinds of business models. Companies who are using low code can see a 50 to 70% reduction in app development costs. Most importantly, low code is so user friendly that everyone can become a tech expert. It's like having a big team of inventors all bringing different ideas to life in their companies. But the role of IT employees are also changing in a good way, that they can now concentrate on solving tough problems the organization has instead of solving much simpler solutions. The most important part low code offers, like ZeroCode, is it integrates well with other tech solutions that companies are already using, ensuring that you keep the data safe, you keep working with the old systems as such. Over 70% of low code development is for creating work on the existing technology itself. So low code is like a magic wand, making everything from building apps to saving money and a lot easier and more fun. That's how I see the way for low code. Thank you.
Okay, so we have to still converse because our own low code product is zero code. So we'll definitely have another session on life of coding. But thank you so much for joining today, and let's meet soon. Bye bye.